Hi guys, this is Lauren from Ancient Digger and Friends Revolution and Travel Sphere. We are at the Osprey Trail today in the Spring Hammock Preserve. The Osprey Trail, the family that actually owned this property is the Silvestri family, who donated about 33 acres of Spring Hammock Preserve to the Seminole County Natural Lands Program in memory of their father, Paolo Silvestri. It was Mr. Silvestri's wish that this land be preserved for the benefit of the environment and the enjoyment of the citizens of Central Florida. Now, if any of you have ever been on the Florida trails here, you'll be familiar with the air potato, but if you're not, the air potato is an invasive plant species in Florida that is a member of the yam family, and it's native to Asia and sub-Saharan Africa. Air potatoes grow on the vine and fall to ground. Each potato, even the tiny ones, can start a new plant. And as you can see here, we have an air potato collection. Not too much stuff in there right now. And here we go, on our way down. I actually have a little travel companion with me today. Her name is Luna. This is Luna right here. She is my Pharaoh Hound mix. She likes hiking on the trail too. If you do bring dogs on the Osprey Trail, you need to make sure that they are leashed at all times, and make sure you bring a lot of water for them. Now, when you come to Florida, if you move here, if you travel here on vacation, you'll notice that there's a lot of lizards running around. It can be a little alarming for people that aren't used to it. But one of the lizards that you may not be familiar with is the green anole, which is native here to Florida. It's a slender 6-inch lizard that climbs trees and trunks. And you can usually catch them sunning on leaves and stalking insect prey. It can change into smooth-looking scales from green to brown, depending on its background. And they're very often mistaken for snakes. All right, we're going to continue our trip down the trail here. And just forewarning, make sure you use a lot of insect spray, because today it's not so much of a problem. It's nice and cool and breezy. I already put my Skin-tastic lotion on me today, so I'm not having any issues. But when it's warm out, the mosquitoes can be pretty bad here, because you're only a few miles from Lake Jessup, so there's lots and lots of mosquitoes back here. So be prepared. Okay, we're getting ready to hit meter marker 400. We're going to go about 16 meters back to Lake Jessup, and then we're going to turn around and hike back to the coming to meter marker 500. This is a good area where you can see a lot of woodpeckers, butterflies, a lot of ferns on the ground, places for butterflies to land, lots of wildflowers, little mini sunflowers, poison ivy, some palm trees. Now there's benches all along this trail, so again, if you get tired, there's all kinds of places to sit down, take a breather under the shade. Now, for those of you bird watchers, my mom and my stepdad are real big bird watchers. This is a good place a little bit after marker 500 to see yellow-bellied sucker. This woodpecker makes neat rows of small holes in trees and where the sap oozes out. The insects that come to feed are usually trapped, and the yellow-bellied sapsucker comes back many times in the same tree to eat the insects and to wipe up or suck the sap with its brush-like tongue. Hitting mile marker 700 right now. This is a good place for owls. Actually, the Spring Hammock Preserve is home to several of Florida's owls. Often you can see them in the early evening. Around here we have the barrel owl, which is a large brown owl with brown markings across its breast. Has a round head with dark eyes, no feathery ears. And its loud calls actually sound like, "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all?" Barred owls nest between January and March in natural cavities in the trees, including palms, which we have a lot of around here in Spring Hammock. Now, the larger green-horned owl, which also can be seen and heard in the preserve, has feathery ears and yellow eyes to disguise it most readily from the barred owl. Its back is brown, its breast is heavily, except for the white throat. Its loud hoots can carry through the forest. Family is raised in winter in the abandonment or stolen nests of other large birds. We also have an eastern screech owl that looks like a miniature green horned owl and makes a trilling call. It nests in holes in trees and will occupy nest boxes near the houses. So you can see there's a lot of little areas for you to bird watch and watch nature. There's a little stream actually running below this little bridge. Make our way. As you can see, we're coming up to a picnic area up here. This is we're hitting about the halfway point on the Osprey Trail. And right about the halfway point here, we have another little bridge. It's right now it's about out of order. We have another air potato area here at meter 800. We also have some elderberry here, which is it's a tall shrub with many leaflets on each leaf, and it's called a compound leaf. Its flowers usually grow in umbrella-shaped heads, and the purple blackberries that ripen later are a similar cluster. Luna and I are just taking a breather here at this little stream. It's so beautiful out today. It's in the mid-80s. It's a good place to stop, and your dogs can get in the water. Water's a little bit dirty right now, but still a good place to water your dogs, or for them to get in and jump around and cool off. Now, as we approach meter marker 900, I wanted to point out some of the different species of butterflies and moths that you'll actually see along Osprey Trail here. There's actually tiger swallowtails, which are large yellow and black butterflies with tails on their wings. They're usually territorial and may follow you actually down the trail here. You might see them on land, on a flower, and snip nectar, or on land on wet soil. You'll also see some bright yellow cloudless sulfur and the zebra longwing with long yellow and black striped wings. Now the zebra longwing caterpillars eat only passion vine leaves. On this path you'll actually see a pale green Luna moth, named maybe after Luna here. How you doing, Luna? You doing good? Okay. They're pale green Luna moths, which live only long enough to mate and lay eggs. Alright, we're hitting mile marker 900 here. See a lot more butterflies and moths in this area again. It's pretty heavily, a lot of heavy ground cover, lots of ferns on the ground. A snag here. Animals making a lot of nests. There's a hole been dug out right here. Possibly a raccoon. Another few snags here as well. That end is completely hollowed out. Might be actually be a bird. It's a pretty small hole, or a chipmunk. Well, the trail is starting to branch off again right here. This is the hydric hammock loop, actually right here. And hydric obviously means you're taking you around a lot of the little streams around here. It's real quiet back here right now. Great place for reflection, writing. Great places for photography. It's the hydric loop trail right there. And we have the stream. Right now we're approaching mile marker 1000. And we've had a good area for actually the osprey nests, which usually the osprey nests are really bulky. I don't know if we can see one today. It's sometimes called a fish hawk because it feeds on fish, hovering and then diving feet first in the water to catch them. Now about 1,100 meters back, you actually had the Cross Seminole Trail, which is hundreds and hundreds of miles. A trail that you can rollerblade on or run or walk or ride your bike. You can get on that trail or this Osprey Trail right here if you're more, into looking at the nature and streams. And you can still ride your bike back here. It's pretty bumpy. You've got this stream that's actually running all the way through the trail here. It actually runs into a pond about 1,200 meters, which we'll stop back at once we come back. This is actually one of my favorite areas in on this trail. A lot of the trees are cleared out. Not a lot of ground cover. Actually looks like a great place to camp, which I'm sure the Seminole Indians camped here on numerous occasions. Another air potato collection. You have a few things going on in there, more leaves than anything else. This is a very serene area. It's a beautiful day today. It's windy, mid 80s. It's not too hot, not too humid. Just had a big storm yesterday, so it's perfect time to be out on the trails. Now, if you were actually to walk through all that brush right there, you would actually hit Lake Jessup. But I don't suggest doing that. Lake Jessup has more alligators in it than any lake in Florida. Now, if you keep going straight here, you're actually on the Limpkin Trail, as you can see here from the sign. We're not going to go that far. We're going to turn around right here. Now we're coming up to another one of my favorite features here at Osprey Trail. This is the pond I told you. Kind of reminds me of a spring. I don't really see the source, however, of an aquifer. But we'll take a closer look here. This is called the Question Pond. And now I can see why it was named that. This is actually where a lot of the water, the stream that's running through the whole trail is coming into. It's a pretty large area, have a lot of minnows. There's a school of minnows in there if you can see them. This is definitely a good stopping point if you need to rest. Well, we have some large fish over there, right where this large area goes into the stream. We're about to exit Osprey Trail here. As you can see, the trail to the left is the Cross Seminole Trail. There's also, when you enter into Spring Hammock Reserve, there's also an Environmental Studies Center on the right-hand side. You can look online at Seminole County's website. They have daily activities for children and students and researchers. Here we just exit Osprey Trail. This is the Cross Seminole Trail right here. It goes on for miles and miles and miles. Well, that's the end of our tour here. Gonna get back in the truck and have a drink of water. And I hope you enjoyed your tour of Spring Hammock Reserve and the Osprey Trail. See you next time.